For weeks, doctors and nurses across the country have been expressing fears about a shortage of personal protective equipment, or PPE, like masks and gowns. Now it looks like a bit of relief is on the way to hospitals here in Arizona. Team 12's Bianca Bono joins us now live outside the State Health Lab with more details. Bianca?
Well, Rachel, the concern with a lack of personal protective equipment, or PPE, is that medical professionals themselves could be at risk. Take what's happened in Italy, for example, where there are reportedly thousands of doctors and nurses that have become infected. But Governor Doug Ducey's office sharing some good news today, saying Arizona has received a shipment of more than 440,000 PPE that will be delivered to county health departments, then to local hospitals and medical staff. This is a look at the warehouse where that PPE is being stored right now. We're told there are more than 60,000 N95 masks, more than 200,000 surgical face masks, 22,000 gowns, and more. The governor's office saying this shipment represents 25% of Arizona's share of the national or federal stockpile, and they've already requested an additional shipment, which is expected to arrive later on this month.
We want to help anyone that has this. We want them to get well and to be cured. And we want to protect everybody that's on the front lines, our doctors, our nurses, our emergency medical responders, everybody that's out there doing this hard work.
And Ducey says distribution of all of that equipment will begin on Monday. But I do want to note, if there is an emergency at a local hospital or facility tomorrow, for example, I'm told by health officials they do have the ability to rush some of that equipment out if need be. Now, coming up tonight at 10, hear from multiple doctors about how this equipment shortage has affected their ability to do their jobs. For now, we're live in Phoenix. Bianca Bono, 12 News.